Hey, what's up guys and gals? My name is Rick Nineg. Thank you so much for joining me today. We're going to be talking about Batman, the 1960s television show. Now, if you're a fan of this show, classic TV shows and movies, my channel is a place to be. Rick Nineg has over 1,800 videos on all of these cool TV show topics, so make sure to check them out. Browse the channel. There's so much for you to enjoy. Liking, commenting, and subscribing is the best way to support me, and it's free to do so. So as I mentioned, Batman, one of the great shows of the 1960s. So campy, so cartoony. In fact, it was essentially a live-action cartoon. It was so well done in the sense of it accomplished what it was supposed to be. A piece of artwork, comic book come to life. And of no exception was a man who made a character come to life, King Tut. He was played by the amazing Victor Buono, who sadly did not live a long life, but his life was met with such power because of how really talented he was. In fact, he was one of the most popular villains on the program. Even though there wasn't all this crazy makeup and all of these crazy things that he did, it was all about his performance, his presence, his character acting that made it so great on screen whenever he appeared in an episode. Now, the man responsible for getting Victor Buono in this part was executive producer William Dozier. He believed that Buono was perfect because he looked the part of a big Arab king. Now, according to him, Buono was marvelous, he was a great actor, and that beard suited him so well. Now, although the part wasn't created for Victor Buono, he embodied it really well, and they knew the instant they saw him as Tut that he was perfect for the role. However, what wasn't true was the situation of the makeup. Yeah, this may be surprising to a lot of the really hardcore Batman fans, but they were going to have Victor Buono have tons of makeup on in this role of King Tut. And in fact, the makeup artist, Bruce Hutchinson, said that it was quite a challenge to get the actor just right for the part. You see, everyone was kind of undecided how to approach this villain, if they wanted to make him more scary or more human-like, that is, more monster-like, and they were like, well, no, this is kind of a kid's show, we want it campy. So what they first decided to do was to put a lot of makeup on him. Yeah, in fact, a lot of makeup. They wanted him to look like an exotic Egyptian-looking man. They even were tinkering with the idea of putting in a hybrid kind of animal style to him, but that was just too much. Well, what they decided to do was to make and go for the Egyptian looking makeup on him to make him look very exotic, and they caked that stuff on his face. Now when they finished and everyone in the cast and crew looked at him, they looked at the mirror, apparently they quote unquote fell on the floor. Why? Well, according to what they said, he looked like an old opera diva or an old fat man in drag. These are the actual words that they used to describe him. That was not what they were going for. This is not the character that they wanted. It really didn't do Victor Buono any justice to make him like this. So they decided to scrap the whole idea of him having all that heavy makeup and essentially changing the features of his face. So what did they do? Even Victor Buono himself said, oh no, this won't do. So what did they do? They just washed his face. They got a little piece on his chin, that little beard section, and they added the costume, which is where they put all the focus. They put all the focus in their costume, and they said, okay, this is what you have to do. Now you have to sell the part. You have to use your acting role, because you're not going to have makeup like the Joker. You're not going to have all these little props. It's just going to be your costume and you. And in fact, he did it. He succeeded. He did such a good job with King Tut that many people found him as to be the most exciting and the most fun of all the villains. I want to know your thoughts down below. Would you have wanted that he had all this makeup on him and not have that simplified look that he had on him? Or do you think the simplified look added to the greatness of the character, because all in all, if you look at the details of his costume, it's really beautiful, really well done, really detailed, especially for the 1960s. Remember, the quality of the picture was inferior back then. Now we could see the HD versions, and you could see all the quality that went into it. Even though we wouldn't have noticed that good quality back in the 60s, they still put that effort into it. So I think that is super, super awesome. I'd love to know your thoughts down below. What do you think of Tut? What do you think of Victor Buono, his performance, his look, and would you have wanted that makeup on him? We'll see you all next time. Thank you so much for the support as always. And don't forget, everyone, always be positive and most importantly, be hopeful. Thank you to all my supporters, especially my Diamond Tier patrons. Lucas W, Vito L, Sally N, Kevin K, Jennifer P, Jerry D, David D, and Citizen Kane. I want to thank all of you for supporting. If you want to be a patron member and listed here, check out the links in the description.